Hi guys, I am back. Can you turn that off? I am live. The connection seems like it's okay. We are on the hotspot on my iPad and it is so hot. It is like really hot.
It's way too hot.
Yeah, that's why Eddie's not wearing a shirt. And I just wanted to come on here because the last live was like really spotty and I feel like I wasn't able to like talk about what I wanted to talk about and stuff like that. So the storm came into Key West. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. My chat is weird when I go live. I can barely see the chat. It's weird, the chat when you go live, like mobile. The chat just like disappears and stuff. We don't have power. We just have like a little. Treasure Hustler says you don't know how excited and relieved we feel when we see that you guys going and coming live. Thank you so much. That means so much. So it's really hot and it's okay. It's like 80 or something like that degrees in here, and I hate like complaining about these stupid stuff, but it is hot. Pretty much everybody we know except for my aunt has lost power. She's on the same grid though as a hospital. So that's probably why she hasn't lost power. And my grandparents are doing good.
Yeah, thank God everybody's good.
Yeah, everybody's doing really good. So the hurricane came in through Key West at about 8 o'clock this morning. I think they said it hit land like at 8:10 this morning is when it came into Key West.
Yeah.
And the Keys, for those of you guys that know, the Keys.
Through Cut Joe Key, and I got buddies that have houses down on Marada and Key Largo. I know some people from Key West. It doesn't.
It's totally destroyed. Like Key Largo is completely destroyed. The restaurants are completely destroyed.
You can see
you guys can look it up online, but yeah, it just disappears so fast. The restaurants are destroyed. There's boats in the middle of the street. Like, it is wild in the Keys. Complete devastation in the Keys because that's where the storm came in. I think like it hit landfall like at a Category 4. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was a Category 5, but it was a Category 4.
Cat 4.
And so then it started like moving up, and then it like was at Homestead. We got it the worst when it was passing like the Naples area because we are not that far from Naples. We're only like an hour and 20 minutes from Naples. So when it was passing that area, it got really bad. I couldn't really go live at that time just because it was really scary. Like there was a lot going on. Every 5 seconds, our phone would go off that there was a tornado. It was crazy. We think a tornado came because of everything. For sure, a tornado did come.
Mm-hmm. How strong it was, I don't know.
We don't know how strong it was, but for sure we did get hit by a tornado.
A lot of down trees.
I'll get into that in a minute, the down trees. But really, like, the main effects that we have here at my parents' house is that the flooding is crazy. Like, we have never seen flooding like this. On the side of the...
we're safe.
We're safe, yeah, we can drive on the streets. But on the grass, like, next to my parents' house and all the neighbors, there's a good 4 feet of water. Like 4 feet of water. Luckily, all the houses, how they're built here, they're built so that they have inclines. It's almost like a moat, I would describe it like. So there's little inclines, the house is elevated, and then there's like a little thing. I don't know how to describe it. How would you describe it?
Exactly how you described it.
Yeah, it's like a little moat. So that is completely filled. It's now like level with the house, and I guess we'll see tomorrow morning because it's not really raining anymore. It's just like extremely, extremely windy. But that did flood a lot. But luckily we have that decline. So like the 4 feet of water is like now level with the house. It's not like on.
It's not like we're under.
You're on your phone?
No.
Okay, this says I have a very bad connection. Yeah. think we're gonna have to end it then. That really sucks.
I think it's working.
It says very bad connection. Can you guys still see, or you guys can't see or hear anything?
I don't think they can see anything because on my work phone it's coming up as an error.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to finish it. It's okay, we can see you. Oh, okay. So, okay, I'll just keep talking then until somebody says in the chat. Ronnie, he says, I see you in the light behind you. Let me see if I can move this way.
That's the only light.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only... Okay, they can still see. Okay, it's back. So...
You want to try the dimmer light?
No, just leave it like that. I moved. So, because of the way that the house is built, we have not gotten flooding in our house.
I just want to waste it.
Now, our apartment is a No, that's really bad. That's bad, babe. No, just leave it like that. I moved. So... What are you doing? Because... Our apartment is completely... Can you just put it how it was? So our apartment, we're really scared about our apartment. It seems like our apartment is flooded. It doesn't seem very good for our apartment at this point. We don't really have like high hopes. We're pretty much thinking that the apartment. No, I can see it. It's fine. So our apartment, we don't really... I was really upset about it earlier, but then I was like, we're safe. Like, it's fine. Our apartment, we got like a blasted email from the community that there's crazy flooding and they're going to be bringing in... Or they're going to be trying to bring companies in to drain it and stuff. And we're on the lake, so there's only like 25 units on the lake, and we're one of them. So I don't know how good it's looking for our apartment.
I'll take the heck out of our doors.
We did take precautions and stuff to try to prevent the flooding. Eddie did, so that was really good of him. But I don't know. We don't really know what's gonna happen with our Yeah, Eddie keeps moving the freaking light. You guys should see him, all the crazy stuff he's doing. So we're just trying to stay optimistic. It's just an apartment, and it's not like we own the apartment, so we can always leave.
We just got all our shit in
We just have all of our stuff in there. None of our valuable stuff. I mean, I took as much as I could, but obviously, like, our furniture that we worked hard for, like our bed, all that stuff. So we don't really know. So that's kind of sucks. We'll figure that out tomorrow morning, which leads into another thing. If we can even get out of this community. So where my parents live, it's kind of like ranches is kind of what it is. And there's a lot of old trees, like it's all acre homes, and there's a lot of trees. There's willows, pine trees, old like oak trees, like just a ton of trees. And earlier today, we drove out to like see how, because a lot of people were driving, like, and it wasn't that bad. It had kind of like subsided. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't that bad. It was windy, but it was fine. And so we drove out like to the front of the community to see how far we could drive. And we drove for like half a mile, and there was two down oak trees. And if you guys know what oak trees are, they are massive trees, and they are completely blocking the road. There were already some guys working on it and with machetes and just trying to do the best that they could. They weren't like from the city or anything.
So tomorrow before we leave, I'm gonna take a couple hacks at it myself.
Yeah, hopefully.
Try to move my truck.
We can move them that way, or maybe people already cleared it out. We did see that a lot of people were in and out of the community behind us, so we don't know if they were like working on that, because there are firefighters and stuff like that that live in the community behind us, so we don't really know if they were able to move it and stuff like that. But hopefully we can, those trees, like we can move them or something, so we can go check on our apartment tomorrow. Tomorrow the curfew's over at 10 a.m. So that's when we're planning on like leaving and everything. So, what's Riverview? It says, is Riverview bad? Somebody just asked that.
I'm not sure what that is.
So, that was pretty, like, the biggest, and that's only, like, one street, so.
A city?
I don't know. That's only one street that we drove on, and it was only, like, half a mile. Please get Eddie with the machete on video. I will. I'm gonna vlog.
I don't have machetes. I have
a tomahawk. He has two tomahawks.
Like a chop.
Oh, we're Rally Roots. He's in Tampa, so, and we had heard that Tampa, I don't know, we can't even watch the news, because our radio is, like, static. It doesn't even work. So we're having, like, a tough time watching the news. We're just really seeing Channel 10, or, like, Channel 7, which is reporting local news. So, but we did see that it was going to Tampa as a Category 1 or 2, something like that.
I think it was a Category 2.
A Category 2.
It hit Marco Island.
It hit Marco Island and Naples and Fort Myers hard.
A lot harder than Tampa.
So I think Tampa, like, what I heard was that it wasn't going to be as bad as they thought it was going to be. So that's really good. We got the dirty side of the hurricane, is what they're saying.
We had wind gusts of like
100 and something.
Almost 100 miles.
It was crazy. It was absolutely insane how the wind was blowing. It was howling. It was so scary.
You can tell how it changed.
Yeah.
Because in Stephanie's old room that we were in, you hear the house vibrated. So you would hear like, woo.
It was really scary.
The wind was so strong that when it would hit like a tile on the roof or something, it'll whistle.
Yeah. It was really scary.
Kind of insane.
It was awful. And then we were downstairs. Yeah, this is our first big storm.
Because I was 2 years old.
Yeah, I wasn't even born for Hurricane Andrew. And then when we were downstairs in front of the fireplace, like we were in the living room, the fireplace was shaking, like the glass on the fireplace. It was really scary. The front door.
Comes down the stack.
The front door was vibrating, and my mom was like, "Is this door gonna open?" Like my mom was freaking out. And we were just kind of like trying to make the best of it. We were like playing Pictionary and eating. Oh my God, I swear to God, I gained like 10 pounds. I'm not kidding. In 2 days. All we've done is eat junk food.
And potato chips.
I've been thinking about you, Rally Roots Rockstar, all day. I'm so glad you were able to come on tonight. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys could make it. I know it's like not the best quality, but I'm so like grateful. Yeah, good thing my dad did build this like fortress. Yeah. I'm so grateful for all the messages I received. When I turned my phone off, because my phone was off for like 8 hours because there was no service. We weren't able to call in, call out. It was really bad. And I turned my phone back on. My phone had like blown up with emails, messages, Snapchat messages. It was so amazing to see. So I really appreciate that. So I felt like I really wanted to come live and just kind of tell everybody that thank you for the prayers and thank you for the thoughts. Like, we're doing really well. We just don't have power right now, and hopefully our apartment is livable. And if it's not livable, then we'll just find another apartment. It's not that big of a deal. Hopefully, I haven't even thought of my inventory. I just thought of that right now when I said that.
I think it's fine. It's all in racks.
It's all on racks, so the water would have had to gone up like 3 or 4 feet. So
it's like racks on racks on racks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, is like the inventory now. I just thought of that. It hadn't occurred to me. It's definitely my inventory. I took the expensive stuff, but that's really all I could do. So now I'm a little nervous about that. It's really not that. It's hot, but it's not like that hot, if that makes sense. It's like 78 or 80 degrees inside, and it's okay.
Bro, for most people, that shit is hot.
It's okay. Has most of the hurricane passed over where you guys are?
Yes,
yeah, most of the hurricane has passed over us.
I would say the hurricane as of now has officially passed over.
The hurricane has yeah, we got to be careful with the cutting the trees. That's going to be a little scary. The powered lines is probably the scariest part to me. We were seeing like the transformers blowing up, and that was pretty scary. I guess some people still, like, our neighbor has a huge generator. He's pretty much, chainsaws. I think my dad has a chainsaw. We have to see what we have. Our neighbor, he is like pretty much powering his entire house. He was really nice though. He texted all of us like, he texted my parents and stuff and was like, is everybody good? Like, he made a group chat with the community and was like, is everybody good? Does anybody need anything?
Yes, like the only thing
And we were like, AC. And so he has, you could see it from like a distance. His whole house is lit up. And then in a neighborhood in Weston, which we live in Davie.
But Weston is literally from
But Weston from my parents' house is like 5 minutes. Like, you just cross over a bridge.
You gotta be careful.
Oh, Casey's here.
You gotta be careful with the lights on.
Casey's here, Rockstar Flipper. He's here. Hi, Casey. Hope you guys are doing good and everything. And everything is doing good with your parents and everything. But so what I was saying was in Weston, which is 5 minutes away from my parents' house, is like right over a bridge. There's looters, and they're breaking into people's houses, and it's getting a little out of hand actually. They're breaking into people's houses. They broke into a Foot Locker in Fort Lauderdale. Luckily, the police got them.
No. Fort Lauderdale was another one.
Oh, that was another one?
Fort Lauderdale was in Miami. So
oh my god. There's looters like crazy. So we were like, oh my god, are we going to get hit with looters in this community? We were kind of a little nervous. But then we were like, oh, wait a second. If they can get in, that means we can get out. So they can't get in. Because they can get in. They could get in if they tried really hard. There's about 200 homes, like 220 homes that are all
big money homes, honestly.
Yeah, they're all really nice houses, which are targets for looters.
So I got my...
We're protected. We're very safe. So don't worry about that. Like, we're very safe here. What I was saying was that Casey says 45 Glock, 100 rounds. Bring it on. So we're safe here. It's just that there's like 200 homes that are trapped, pretty much, that can't get out because of the trees. And we are, unfortunately, one of them. So hopefully, everybody will come out tomorrow and kind of work at it and chop some trees. And we can get it taken care of. That's only the first part. So the neighborhood is like about 2 miles. It's not really a neighborhood because my parents is one neighborhood. Then there's another neighborhood. There's only like 7 houses in this neighborhood. But there's a few communities. And we're all trapped is what I'm trying to say. And when you get to there's only one way in and one way out. Like, there's no other exit from the street, from the one street that there is. And depending on, then once you get to that stop sign, I don't know if I'm explaining this good, but once you get to that one stop sign, you can either go left, right, or straight. And then you're good. Then you can get out. So, but between all that, there's so many trees, and they're all these old, big, beautiful trees.
On the way home, we have to move some trees. These aren't going to be the only ones.
And then plus, you guys, we live in Davie, and Davie is basically like farm country, and we love it. But there's a lot of trees everywhere. A lot of trees, and a lot of canals. So a lot of flooding, which they did lower
They opened the locks.
Right, they opened the locks to lower the canals and stuff. But then we got word that that they lost power.
Yeah, at the pump station.
At the pump station. So that's probably why we're getting flooding. I don't have, pretty much a lot of trees are destroyed. Like, all the new trees, surprisingly, kept standing, but anything that's old is like on the floor.
Which is weird.
It's very the word in Spanish is like, I know what I want to say in Spanish, but in English, impresionante, like it's like, how do you say that in English? It's like, how do you say that?
I don't know. That's really bad that we don't know how to say that.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying in Spanish. It's kind of like
shocking,
It's shocking to see. That's probably the closest word. But it's like really shocking to see all the trees on the floor, and it's crazy. Flattened, no, I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. It's like shocking. We didn't think. The worst part is we didn't.
Is literally impressive. It's like, but in a bad way.
Yeah. We didn't think we were going to get hit that hard is the problem, especially when they said it started shifting more towards the East Coast. We didn't think we were going to get hit that hard, but we got hit a lot harder than I think anybody would have anticipated. And what else? Downtown Miami.
Oh man, the Brickell area and all that.
Downtown Miami has
like
4 feet of water. But it's all high rises. A lot of it is high rises, so the people should be safe.
And all the buildings are all elevated.
2 cranes collapsed and hit other buildings in downtown Miami because there were 26 cranes that they were not able to bring down. So 2 cranes collapsed and hit other buildings, which is super scary.
Snappers in the key.
They evacuated. That was mandatory evacuation. Where we were, it wasn't mandatory evacuation. But that area was mandatory evacuation, and thank God a lot of people ended up leaving because it's really, really bad over there in downtown Miami. It's like very bad. So here, what we have a lot of here, like they have a lot of flooding is what they have, and Telemundo reporters were thrown to the ground. I don't know why those reporters go out there. It's just crazy. I know that they're doing their job, but it's really dangerous. So they have a lot of flooding going on over there, and we have a lot of down trees, down power lines. We got a lot of wind, and we're just hoping we can go see it. Right now, the only thing we want to go do...
We got more affected by the actual storm. They got more affected by the surge.
Right. That's what it was. And we just want to go see our apartment, honestly, and just... I know it's like a materialistic thing, but
it's nice to know
it's our home, you know? Like, what are we supposed to do if we can't live there? I guess we could find another place to live and take whatever is salvageable. I don't know if I said that right.
Salvageable.
But it still sucks. So, and we texted...
Oh my God, talking about salvageable, how about that kid? Are you guys evacuating? And then the dad goes in and the kids go, we're savages.
If you guys look this up, there's a little kid with his dad in Miami Beach.
It's like the little kid, his brother and his dad.
And the reporter was like, are you evacuating Miami Beach? Talking to like the dad, and the dad is like answering. And he's like, no, we're not. And then the little boy grabs the microphone. And he's like, no, because we're savage. Yeah. I was like...
He didn't grab the mic.
He did. He moved it and he said it. It's really funny if you look it up. So what happened was we got an email. Like, our community is really good with sending emails. So apparently people in the community were calling the manager of the property manager and like calling people from the community, and they were saying that they were flooded. Like, they were in their apartment and they were flooded. So the community was responding back. Like, this is all in the email thread. And the community was like, go to a room that doesn't have flooding or go somewhere high. Yeah. I was like, that's what you're responding? Like, and they're like, we're going to try to get, like, obviously that's common sense. Like, if something's flooding, like, I was like, what?
Put a snorkel on.
I was like, what? And they're like, we're going to try to get a company out there. So let us know if your unit is damaged or has flooding so we can come in. And a lot of people are responding. We're like, we're not even there. So a lot of people are claiming that they have like water in their apartment and that they had to leave and like that it's like not livable. So that's what they're saying. Some people in the community. And then we messaged, first we have cops that live in front of us, and we messaged them and they weren't there. They were working. So I don't know if they're still working. We don't want to like message them again because, you know, they're like in the line of duty and stuff, and we're not going to bother them with our like small complaints of like if you know we're flooded or something. So so that wasn't much help. Then
she would have texted me if we had flooding too.
Maybe. Because the concerning part is that they already had flooding with just like a random storm. Then we messaged our other friend that lives in the community that's like a family member. And he's not there. He's going to go see it tomorrow. So we don't really have like anybody else we can call. Besides what management was saying. So management must have caused like... What? Yeah, you can hear the one howling a little. Management must have caused like major panic because a lot of people evacuated. They didn't tell us to evacuate, but they told us kind of like they kind of implied like you should leave.
You don't have to leave.
Yeah, like
you don't have to go home, but you need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they were kind of... They didn't say we had to evacuate, but they were making it sound like we should leave. And we obviously didn't stay there, but we don't know. the condition. So, and there's nobody else we can really communicate with. I'm sure that our police officer neighbors are still working. I don't really know, but we're not going to keep messaging them because they're doing like important stuff. So we're not going to message them again. We'll just see it tomorrow morning, and it is what it is. Hopefully it's not awful and it'll be fine. Hopefully our unit didn't get damaged. We'll see. We do know that there is damage in the community for sure. We just don't know if ours is damaged. So that's pretty much all we have. There were tornadoes. I just saw a message about that. There were a lot of tornadoes in our area. It was very scary having the alerts on the phones go off, especially last night. It was happening a lot. Every like 5 minutes, it seemed like there was an alert that a tornado was in the area. And so we're pretty sure there were tornadoes. Yeah, I know. We're pretty sure that there were tornadoes because of how much damage there is with trees. There's no way of us to like know how bad it was or anything like that. So, and it was kind of scary. Those impact resistant windows are a little scary. Like you could see everything that's happening outside, which is very scary. That was very scary watching the whole storm. My mom was freaked out. My grandparents wanted to like leave. They were like, "Can we leave? Can we go home?" And my mom's like, "No, you cannot go home." Like, no. So, water, tornadoes, or wind. I had no idea
wind.
A hurricane or tornado occur at the same time. That's crazy. Yeah, like when you don't get hit directly by the hurricane, you get things like tornadoes, lightning, thunder. You get like different effects. And it was a wind tornado. The rain, what are those called?
Water spouts?
Water spouts. Those were out in the ocean, and those were happening.
They were happening in Hollandale Beach.
In Hollandale Beach. And then that's another thing. My parents have a beachfront condo on the first floor in Hollandale Beach.
And let's see how that
And they evacuated the building. First of all, Hollandale evacuated. Like, you weren't allowed to stay there. But the building itself also had like mandatory evacuation. They went door to door knocking to make sure everybody was leaving. And their unit is on the first floor. So it's on like the pool, like the deck area, and there were no shutters. They do not put up shutters. Like the building doesn't have shutters. And so we don't really know. My parents haven't even really thought about that, but today they were like, my mom was like, "Oh, we can just stay in the condo if we lose power," and my dad was like, "We probably can't stay in the condo." So the beach condo, they're concerned about that. The Cooper City house should be fine. My parents' other house should be fine, and probably the beach condo, I don't know. One time a hurricane came, and that beach, that's when my parents bought that condo, actually, was right after another hurricane, which is right now is Ronnie says there would be no way I think I would stay for a hurricane. We're never staying again. We already talked about that. We were like, we are never staying again.
It's not that bad.
The after is the worst.
Well, right now you're just uncomfortable. It's hot.
Yeah. No, but it's scary. It's unnecessarily scary. Like, there's no reason we should have been here. Like, my parents were like, we should have left. And
I like it.
Because you're weird.
I like survival stuff, though.
We should have left. So the condo, they ended up buying that condo right after another hurricane. It wasn't like a big hurricane, but it was a hurricane. And what happened was, the reason they got that condo for such an amazingly like dirt cheap price, it was crazy. Like how much the value has gone up. It's like quadruple or 5 times. Like they could sell it for 5 times what they bought it for, pretty much. And they redid it. They gutted it. It was in really bad shape. But when they bought that condo, there was no beach. And there was no beach because the tide had risen to the wall, so you couldn't go to the beach. So that's why they got such an amazing deal. And then they came in and put sand.
It's called erosion.
Erosion. So we're kind of thinking that may have happened again.
So we might buy a condo now.
I know. Now may be a good time to buy a condo in Hollandale. Because that's what my parents did. They bought the condo and it's like up 5 times in value. It's in an older building, but it's beachfront. It's beautiful. It's right next to the Diplomat, actually. It's really nice, by Margaritaville in that area. It's in that area, and it's really nice. They got it at a really good price. So that, we don't really, my dad's not even going to check on that. I don't think he really cares right now, because obviously you need insurance for condos and stuff, so they're not really that concerned. But they are gonna check tomorrow on their rental property. The renter left, so that's good at least that she wasn't there. But they have to check on the property to make sure she could live there and all that. And then we'll be checking on our apartment tomorrow. That's pretty much all we're doing. All I did today, you guys, was eat and sleep. Like, I'm not kidding. I'll walk you through my day. Woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Went downstairs till 10.
Wait. Eddie said, "Oh, wow, I can't believe we haven't lost power."
Oh, yeah. Eddie said, I can't believe we haven't lost power. It was actually in one of the lives. We lost power. So we went downstairs, had some breakfast, like a croissant, like something that we can make cold.
We can't make shit.
Yeah, we can't make anything. So we just had like a little ham and cheese breakfast sandwich. I had a muffin. So then after that, we just picked at snacks. Then it was 10 o'clock in the morning. I came back upstairs. I slept till 1 o'clock. So from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I was asleep, like dead asleep. Then like at 1:30, Eddie woke me up and was like, hey, come downstairs. The weather's getting really bad. So then I went downstairs. Everybody had already eaten. And yeah, the power's out. Everybody had already eaten. And I ate some more. Then we watched the storm a little.
Then we ate some more.
Then we ate some more. Then
we
played Pictionary, and Eddie and I won. It was very exciting. Then we worked on the puzzle.
Then we ate some more.
Then we ate some more. I'm literally not kidding. Then the storm got really bad, and then we watched it.
And then we ate some more.
No, we didn't eat again
No,
after
we
that.
did. We
Probably.
had chips and stuff, and you had brownies.
Yeah, I've eaten like a whole thing of brownies. Actually, not just brownies, you guys. Slutty brownies, which is Oreos, cookies, and brownies put together. So good.
Those we made pre-storm.
We made those pre-storm. I made those last minute. I was like, we're running out of flan and we're running out of cookies. Oh my God, I need to make brownies. So I made those pre-storm yesterday. Thank God I did, because they're almost gone. So then after that, like at around 2-3 o'clock, I was like really bored. And I came back upstairs and slept for another 3 hours.
And then we ate again.
And then we literally ate again and just sat downstairs and watched the storm, drove around the neighborhood. So that's pretty much what I did today. My dad, I can't with my dad. He's like one of those people that isn't trying to be funny, but everything that comes out of his mouth is like laughable. Like, it's just funny. So what was it that he was doing that was really funny? He did a lot of really funny, weird things. He goes to my mom. He was trying to send emails for work.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, what was it? He said something really funny to my mom. I think he was something along the lines like, why isn't my email sending, Marty? And he was like really mad. He was like, can you fix it? And my mom was like, no, I can't fix it. And he was asking my brother for his hotspot. And my brother's like, bro, I don't have internet. Don't you think I'd be playing something? Like, he was like, my phone doesn't work. So my dad was a little perturbed. Then we have some neighbors in the community next to us, which they're trapped in.
That shit is hilarious.
The messages they keep, it's actually one of my mom's best friends. It's my brother's best friend's mom.
No, I thought you were saying the guy that kicked the generator.
Oh, I'll get into that story after. That was pretty funny. So my mom's friend keeps messaging her and she's like, what do you have? And my mom is like, nothing. I have a phone that's about to die from texting you. She's like, how bad are the trees that are down? And my mom was like, they're bad. I don't know. I didn't go. And she's like, can you get around it with a golf cart? And my mom was like, I don't know. She's like, I don't think so. And then she's like, okay. Then like 10 minutes later, she's like, what is the exact address for the areas that you can't drink the water? And my mom was like, what? My mom was like, I just told you, my phone is about to die. I don't know.
I think maybe that friend has her saved under Google on her phone.
She's like, just don't drink the water. Like, just drink your bottled waters. And she was like, okay.
We don't have water, she says.
No, she didn't say that. And she was like, okay.
I think they did.
No, of course they have water. And then she was like, okay. And then she texts us back and she's like, do you have internet? And my mom was like,
we don't have anything.
I have a phone with 16% battery.
Because you keep texting.
That's it. That doesn't even barely work. That was really funny. Then we have a crazy neighbor. Okay, my brother has been recording this guy.
So funny.
It is hysterical. So this guy has a generator. He comes out, okay? The wind must have been blowing like 60 miles per hour.
And he turns it on.
No joke. He comes outside completely covered. This is like midday. He comes outside in a rain jacket and he comes outside. He turns it on. It's like not really starting, but it kind of started. He goes back inside. Then an hour later, it starts beeping, the generator. I don't know what was happening. He comes outside. He comes like running outside. This is during the storm, you guys.
He keeps working on it.
He's now like sitting on the floor working on his generator in the middle of the storm. Not kidding. He goes back inside. He comes out again. He starts kicking it, you guys. He's like literally outside fighting with the generator. Kicking it, like trying to get it to start. There's like 70-mile-per-hour winds outside, and this guy's sitting on the floor kicking the generator, trying to get it to start. We were dying. Like, this went on for like a good 5 hours that he was doing this, and at the end of the day, it didn't work. So he was so mad. My brother was... We come out of the room after we took one of our naps, and he's like, have you guys seen this guy? He's like, I've been watching him for 2 hours. My brother's like, I don't know what he's doing. He was like, but I feel kind of the same ways. And my brother's like, I'm going to go ask him if he needs some water. I was like, this poor guy probably has a crazy wife inside that that is hot or that can't make her food and is trying to set this up for her. And my dad was like, what's that guy's name again? My dad's like trying to figure out his name. He's like, I know him. He's like the guy. He's like, his stupid tree knocked down our fence last tornado. He was like, if it happens this time, he's paying for it. And he's like all mad about his trees. But there's been some funny occurrences in this house. My grandpa decides the storm is like picking up. Everybody's eating like ham and turkey sandwiches. My grandpa decides to open a tuna can.
The whole house smells.
He opens his tuna. My dad is staring at him, and this is my mom's parents, and my dad is just like, is he serious right now? Can he have ham or turkey? Like, we don't need to eat canned goods. He's like, can he eat something else? And my mom's like, stop, Taco, stop. So then he drops tuna on the floor.
And I step on it.
And Eddie stepped on it. And my dad is like, are you... He was so mad. And then that was pretty funny. We've had some just... overall funny things happen. Then getting the dinner started was a mission and a half. We had to use like those party things. That was funny. We're making a lot of good memories. A lot of very good memories. But my grandparents are definitely... Like my grandma yesterday, it's getting really bad. The phone had just started beeping. Okay? Tornado. My grandma comes to my mom and she goes...
Can I do a little trip just to...
She goes, Manito, va a llevar... She's telling my mom, I'll say it in English. She's like, we're going to take the car. We're not going to go to Hialeah. We're not going to go to our house.
We just want to drive
but we're going to drive around the neighborhood. My mom is like, Mommy? She's like, there's tornadoes. And she's like freaking out. My grandma's like, no sabía. And my mom is like...
And there's like shit flying in the backyard.
My mom was like, take their keys. They cannot leave this house. Like, my grandma is legit, like, trying to break out of this house. She talks to her family.
I feel like this is the next episode of Jailbreak.
Literally. She's talking to my family that's, like, in Hialeah, like, and she's talking to her sister.
I feel bad. Remember, they have the...
No, but she's talking to her sister, right?
They have the other sisters in Cuba.
Yeah, but that's another story. This is a funny story. She's talking on the phone with her, and she's like, bueno, tú sabes, estoy comiendo. Like, she's literally...
Rex, what are you doing?
Papa, it's okay. She's literally making it sound to her sister that she's in jail. Like, that's how she's making it sound. She's like, bueno, tú sabes, estoy comiendo, estoy jugando. She's like, making it... She's like, they're feeding me, yeah. So my grandma's, like, not having it. She keeps cooking. Let me tell you guys what she's made. She made arroz con pollo, carne con baba, sopa de pollo, two flans that we have eaten, you guys. Yeah, my grandma's trying to bust out. Like, legit, she should be on the news. Like, she's trying to bust out of here. And then, so all we've done is eat. She made vaca frita also. She made rice. What rice did she make? She made,
moro.
She made moro. All she's done is cook, and she's, like, not having it. My grandpa's just sitting there watching her, nodding her head. Yeah. So that's pretty much what we've been dealing with here. Our family in Cuba Cuba, out of everywhere that got hit one of the hardest because the storm was there for like a day. It was literally there for a day, pretty much.
Like a slow roll.
It was super slow. It was moving like 5 miles per hour through Cuba, and it was a category 5, I think, when it hit them, or a category 4. I'm not sure, but my grandparents were able. So this is the thing. My grandma has one sister that lives here, and then that just got here like a year ago, and then she has
5.
No, 9. She has 9 sisters that live in Cuba. 9 sisters and 1 brother that live in Cuba. So you can imagine how panicked they were watching the news. They live, family...
They hit them. They're from Matanza.
They're from Matanza, and the eye went through Matanza. So they're from there, and then they have family in Havana, too. I don't know if Havana got hit that hard.
No.
It wasn't Havana, it was Matanza that got hit, and that's where all the family is.
Cardenas.
Yeah. So our family got pretty much like the brunt of the storm was where our family lives, and so
and it's hard to communicate with them.
Yeah, normally. you can't really communicate with them on a normal basis. Like my grandma only talks to them like once a month, or like once every 2 weeks, and so imagine now like with the storm, we don't really know when the next time they'll talk to them is or anything like that. But my grandma's sister is like more connected with the family over there because her daughter-in-law still lives there with
and they use
with their kids, and they use
an app.
They use an app. I don't really know, but my cousin, so my grandma's sister's son still has his wife and their 3 kids over there. So it's easier for him to communicate with them, and he's constantly going over there, which it actually surprises me he didn't go over there for the hurricane. It must have been he couldn't get a flight or something, because I'm surprised he didn't go over there, because he's always over there. But so my grandma, they did more or less figure out where everybody was staying for the storm, because my grandma's sister was able to talk to some of them. I don't know, they were on the phone for like 2 hours trying to figure it out. But I don't think they figured anything out. And then Eddie and I were like, should we go over there to Cuba and like maybe we can help or do something?
No,
but you can't help over there.
I'll help you.
We can't help over there because they don't have stuff. It sounds really sad.
Yeah, it's
but
not like you can go like here you can go to Walmart,
right?
And you can buy supplies. In Cuba, even if you have money,
you can't find anything.
Those people that go to a vacation in Cuba and stuff, when they put YouTube videos up,
that's not like really how Cuba is. And so it's not like you can just go over there and help rebuild. Like that's just not how things work over there. So hopefully they are okay, and my grandma hears from them soon. That's really all that can be done. We did, like, there were a few hotels that actually collapsed in Cuba. We did know that. It's pretty scary what happened in Cuba, and I'm sure what happened in all the other Caribbean islands. I'm just talking about Cuba because that's where we have family. So not that what happened anywhere else is like super scary and concerning, but that's just what we were following the most since we have the family there. And that's pretty much all. We're not really doing much. What time is it? We're just hanging out. My phone is off. I have like 20-30% battery, which my phone isn't really working anyway, so.
And I'm not going to move mine because if I move
if Eddie moves his, the live goes down. So that is pretty much it. Tomorrow, again, all we're doing is going to see our apartment. Hopefully it's not flooded and we could just like go back. We were saying though, thinking on the bright side, we may get power back in that apartment again if we can stay there, if it's not flooded. Because of the Walmart. We are on the same power grid as Walmart. One time Walmart lost power and we lost power, and then when Walmart got power back, we got power back. So we are on the same electrical grid as Walmart.
Which I think that those people get power.
Which I think that they'll get power really quick because it's Walmart and they need to like be there for people with food and water. So that's the only positive that we are hoping for. My brother's friend lives right around where we live, and it's like a girl, you know how it is.
Oh God!
And he's like, I can't text her and ask her. And we're like, can you just text her and ask her if she has power? And he's like, no, I can't do that. So you know how it is for millennials. Actually, am I a millennial? Are we millennials?
No, bro.
Are we?
No, I hope not.
He's a millennial. I don't know if we're millennials.
Millennials, like 2000s.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a millennial, so he's kind of... You should have seen him, you guys. He comes downstairs this morning. First of all, he woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Which is like, what?
Which is weird for him. He comes downstairs wearing no shirt, wearing no shoes, just in his shorts.
And then he says he has no
boxers. Oh, yeah, he goes, I have no boxers on. And we're like, great. And then he was like, he comes downstairs with his phone charger and his phone. And
no power, so.
And he's like, oh, he's like, if there's no power, I can't charge my phone. And we were like, did you just ask that? He asked something else that was really funny too. I don't know, but you should see everybody that's come downstairs. So my dad, because then something really scary did happen yesterday. So we lost Boca in the house. Boca.
Oh, man.
Boca. That's Boca. This is Rex, and that's Boca.
I was so scared.
Oh, you want belly rubs. You do. That's Boca. So Boca hid... My parents' couch is one of those reclinable electrical couches, and we had it up because we were like laying on the couch, whatever, and all of a sudden we're like, where's Boca? We couldn't find him for like 20-30 minutes. We had looked under the recliner and we couldn't find him. He was nowhere. So then I tell Eddie, let's look under the recliner again. I think he's under there. He had crawled into the next recliner, even though it was closed. That's so awkward if they can hear you peeing. I don't know. I can hear you. So he had crawled in through the recliner next to... This is so awkward. I hate the sound of pee. And so he had crawled into the recliner next to the recliner that was open. And he got stuck. We had to get him out. It was really, really scary. So, of course... Oh, no, they couldn't hear. I shouldn't have said anything. Of course, when the power goes off...
So you look better
stop.
Now?
When the power goes off, the recliner stayed up. So everybody that came downstairs was like, coño, ya te mierda, no sé. Everybody tried to close it when they came downstairs.
Ooh.
Rexy, you tough boy. You're a tough boy. So when everybody comes downstairs, they're like, coño, ya te mierda. Like trying, like everyone's like, this piece of shit, why doesn't it close?
Wow, the wind is really bad still.
The wind is bad still?
Holy crap.
You can hear the frogs like crazy.
How did these frogs not fly away?
I don't know, these frogs are like, they've been chilling outside. They've been, it sounds like a whistle.
It's loud though, they're like...
We thought it was a whistle. We were like, is somebody whistling for help? And it wasn't. It was just like animals outside. Really weird. Like crickets and frogs. So, yeah. It's hard like when you're used to having power, not having power. Like everybody has tried to like turn the lights on and turn them off. Everyone's like, my mom, she comes out and she's like...
I just went to the bathroom and I tried to turn on the light.
Exactly.
With the flashlight in my hand.
Oh, yeah, it's hard for Eddie to... He never has, like, pants on, which is, like, weird to say, but he's always, like, hanging out in his boxers. So now when he goes downstairs, he's like, oh, God, this is a struggle.
Yeah, this sucks. I gotta get dressed. And then her dad doesn't like feet.
Oh, yeah, my dad doesn't like feet.
I gotta wear socks, and I hate wearing socks and shoes. I just like being barefoot.
It's so funny. So, yeah, my mom was like, are you sure the power's out? And we're like... She's looking at the other house on the end of the street, and she's like... Are you sure? Try it. Maybe it'll come on. I'm like, it's not coming on for a long time.
Get a flashlight, bro.
My aunt still has power.
Somehow. Supposedly.
Yeah, somehow my aunt has power. She's on the same grid as a hospital, so she still has power. We're sending my grandparents over there tomorrow, if we can get out of all those stupid trees. It's getting really hot.
I'm gonna take them off with my truck. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
It's getting hot. I think I'm sweating, you guys. I am sweating. My family is literally a Que Pasa USA episode. It's literally been like my grandpa. I can't.
Like every person in Miami though is the grandpas.
My grandpa and grandma are just like so entertaining. Like they have so much entertainment. And my grandma, she doesn't have, like, thank God, she doesn't have Alzheimer's or anything like that, but she's older. Like, she's, you know, she's like 70s, she's like late 70s. So she forgets things really easily. So she'll be like, tú sabes qué? Like, she'll just say these things, and we're like, my grandpa's like, Senya, what are you talking about?
What did you say?
And how hot is it in the house? It's like 80 degrees right now.
It's gotta be like 82.
It was like 80 something. We were like, should we sleep in the car? Because the car, like, if it wasn't so windy, maybe we'd sleep in the car. But I don't think we're gonna do that with the wind.
Looters and shit too.
Oh, and the looters. Yeah, it's probably not safe to be outside, which is so sad that we have to say that, like, that because of the looters, which they probably can't get into the community, but
they can though if they want.
How? They would have to cut the trees. That's so dramatic. I don't think they would do that. I don't know. But it's probably just not safe to sleep in the car tonight, at least. That's just so crazy to me. Looters, like, how could you take advantage of a situation like this and be...
stealing Nikes from a fucking...
Like, what the hell? Like, there is a hurricane and you're stealing from Foot Locker? Like, are you freaking kidding me? And, like, breaking into people's houses, like... I don't even have words, honestly. That's just so sad. It's literally awful that people would do that and think of doing that during the time like this.
Hashtag Miami.
It happens everywhere, babe.
Oh, and
it happens everywhere.
In Orlando, supposedly there was a SWAT standoff.
Oh, yeah, in Orlando there was a SWAT standoff.
Some looters broke into a...
Foot Locker.
Into a gun store.
Oh, gun store.
In Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly SWAT was with them or something.
Yeah.
I mean, follow up on that story. I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, you have to follow up on that. But you guys, look at the pictures from Key West. If you guys search things, some stuff will come up, like from Key Largo and Key West. It is total devastation. It's very sad because the Keys is you know, a great place, and a lot of great people live there, and it's just awful what
the Keys is my favorite place in the world.
Yeah, the Keys is just like a great place, and we already saw like some really good restaurants are completely demolished, like they're gone. So I can't even imagine people's houses. There's like boats in the middle of the street.
Yeah, Kojo Key, there's pictures of boats on the street.
It's crazy.
What's my hair doing?
We have a lot of actually friends and family that have boats in the Keys that I don't even, and like people that have houses in the Keys.
Shit, my boss.
Yeah.
My boss's boat.
People that have houses in the Keys, like it's super close to Miami. It's like an hour and a half from Miami.
So the typical thing to do is you have a house.
Right, like you go to the Keys for the weekend, or you go for the day, or you go fishing over there. And not anymore because it's like utter devastation over there. It's really crazy, and they don't even know the extent of the devastation because
they're not allowed to go in.
You're not allowed to go in.
So the only reason I found out about it
is Facebook.
Is if you follow like Monroe County Sheriff's Office, you can see it. And then I have a couple friends of mine that are firefighters who are in contact with firefighters down there. Right.
So they already put in like for further notice, you are not allowed to go back into the Keys. So it's like closed off. It's like literally closed off. Oh, why is there a weird person in here?
Are they doing?
I don't know. They said something inappropriate.
Like what?
Like something inappropriate. I'm not gonna say it here.
Tell me what.
So.
Could you kick them out or what?
Yeah, I just kicked them out. So that's pretty much all we have going on here. Of course, I try to we have an iPad. We have an iPad with no movies on it. That's fully charged. And the only movie I had on it was Jawbreaker. That's my favorite movie, and it's not working for some reason.
Yeah, that's what we're talking to you.
No, we were going to go live anyway, but I was like, oh, maybe after I could
after we gotta go
watch Jawbreaker. It's going to be, somebody's like, free the feet.
Free the feet, bro.
For real. And my brother's like the worst. My brother is like, Dad, Eddie's not wearing shoes. Yeah, look. Like, my brother is the worst. He's so funny. Actually, Nick is probably awake.
Nick is probably awake.
My brother is like so, like, he doesn't even know. Oh my God, why are there so many people? coming into this chat.
What is it saying?
Oh my god, there's like so much inappropriateness.
What is it saying though?
I don't know.
I want to see.
I keep deleting it. I don't know.
Kareem, yeah.
Has anybody... Is Ronnie still in the chat? Thank you, Kareem. Is Ronnie still in the chat? How's Chad? I wasn't sure if it was hitting them because they're very...
Well, aren't you guys up in the panhandle?
Yeah, they're up in the panhandle, but Ronnie's really good friends with Chad. So I wonder how Chad is, but I thought he was like very close to the panhandle, but now that Kareem said that, I was like, oh, I wonder, because I know that he is like up there, so I don't know if it was affecting them, because I know that one part of Florida like was not being affected, and I'm thinking it may have been that. I'm not sure though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been talking. Oh, Kareem says he's okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I don't know if it was hitting that area that he's in, because I know we've talked about where he is.
Get very light.
Right. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I think he's very up there by the Panhandle, Tallahassee area. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have some friends that are in New Orleans. We have a lot of friends that are in Washington, New York, Boston. Like a lot of people left to far places, Chicago. My God, what is happening here?
What is it?
I don't even know. There's so many like...
Well, what are they saying though?
Like just inappropriate, weird stuff. We have like a lot of friends that evacuated to a lot of different places, which we should have done. We wanted to go to North Carolina to go be with my brother. My brother goes to school in North Carolina in Charlotte, and he freaked out a little bit today because he couldn't get a hold of us, and he couldn't get a hold of anybody for like an hour or two, and he was like, what's going on? What's happening? And then finally we were able to talk to him, but we wanted to go visit him in a lake. Like my mom wanted to go stay somewhere over there. She wanted to rent a house, but we just didn't do that. So he's in Charlotte, so he is safe, which is good because the storm was supposed to go over there, but it's not going over there. But my parents would have gotten him out, I'm sure, before the storm went over there. But I don't know if they would have been able to get him into Florida. That's the thing. So that's that. So I think we are going to hop off. We have a long day tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
We have a very long day tomorrow ahead of us. Eddie does at least, chopping down trees and stuff. And I'm just praying. I'm glad that we're safe, and I've heard from a lot of friends that are safe also. And we're just, you know, I don't want to sound materialistic because I know it is just a materialistic place and we can live somewhere else, but you know, it sucks if your home gets damaged because of something like that. So I am hoping that it's okay, and if it's not, we will deal with it then. So that's all we can say.
That's all.
But tomorrow's vlog, Eddie with the machete and a tomahawk.
Yeah, just a tomahawk.
He has 2 tomahawks that my brothers got him the first Christmas they ever met him. He was like, this looks like a gift Eddie would like. And I got him 2 tomahawks.
I want throwing knives.
So tomorrow will be a long day. I have been vlogging, so I will post that vlog up whenever I can. Going live is just easier. There's service to go live, and it's faster, easier. But I have been vlogging, so I will post that as soon as I get my computer set up and stuff like that. Oh, and people have been so nice on eBay. Like people, I've been getting sales, and people have noticed where I'm from, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about Oh, that sounds fun, Kareem. That sounds good. We'll definitely contact you. We don't... What was I just saying? Shoot, I forgot.
Huh?
I forgot what I was saying.
The live.
On eBay. They've been being so nice. They've been messaging me, and they're like, I see that you're from Florida. Please don't worry about getting this package out. You know, get it out whenever you can. So people have been really nice. That's a really, really, really good thing. So that's awesome. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll go more into detail about that later on. Yes, guys, thank you so much for all the messages and support. Like, you know, it really does help. Like, just going live for this hour was awesome. It was really fun. And yeah, it helps the time go by, and it got our mind off of everything that we could potentially be dealing with tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna try to get some sleep in this heat, but we just gotta think of it like maybe we're camping. You know, if it's hot outside when you camp.
No, hell no. When you camp outside, it's good. When you're inside a house, there's not a drop of wind or breeze.
True. Yeah, it's getting pretty stuffy in here. The little baby doggies. Look at the babies. Oh, poor babies. So hopefully tomorrow we will get some AC. All right, guys, I will check in tomorrow. I will go live at some point tomorrow to give you guys an update on the apartment and the tree chopping situation and everything that I talked about today. I will go live tomorrow. I don't know what time, but at some point tomorrow we will be live. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for, again, all the prayers, and just keep the prayers coming for all of Florida. We really need them. Definitely the coastal parts of Florida also really need them. So thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Bye.